Hey YouTube, I am back with what I'm going to talk about is the Pound to Cure program. So this is what I've been doing for the last week. Before I get too far into it, I think I need to talk a little bit about my thoughts on maintenance and being this far out. I'd say up until maybe 3 or 4 months ago, being in maintenance was pretty easy for me. I just was still kind of doing what I was doing. As long as I stuck to protein first, things kind of just stayed around the same number. You know, it fluctuated maybe 5 or 6, 7 pounds, but it always bounced around 164 as my weight. And all of a sudden, the last few months, that's not necessarily the case. And yes, I have drank more. Yes, I've been like a bit more snacky, but for the most part, when I snacked, it was always on protein type foods, low carb, no bread, rice, pasta, potatoes. And every time I try and reset myself to kind of get back to basics, I just could not sustain having protein shakes every day, doing yoga days. I just was not cutting it for me. I've definitely found that I need to graze. Like, maybe I shouldn't, but I've tried to fight it and that doesn't work. So this program seems to fit in with my particular issues, and it seems to be working, so I'll just talk about that. So a couple months ago, I think it was a couple months ago, the videos were floating around Facebook. People reposted, and I actually reposted, I think 1 or 2 of them, videos from this Dr. Matthew Weiner, who is a bariatric surgeon, and he also has non-surgical procedure, this program that he does, and then he also, with the bariatric procedures that he does, the RMY and the sleeve, once you kind of get out of the initial healing phase of that, his patients, he puts them on this same recommended, I guess, dietary plan. I hate to call it a diet because it's not really a diet. It's like they say, it's a lifestyle change, and it's basically getting away from processed foods and eating more whole foods like veggies and fruits and nuts. So a week ago, last Sunday, I stepped on the scale and I was 174.9, which is pretty much the highest number I've seen in probably 2 years. I didn't look back in my book to see, but that's probably about right. And when the scale was going up from the 164, it concerned me, but then I'm like, oh, let's bounce back, and I need to know how to live my life, that I can, you know, do things and eat things and have the activity level that I like. My clothes weren't getting any tighter. They were fitting the same, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But from the 170 to the 174, the clothes got tighter. I know it's just 4 to 5 pounds, but I noticed the difference. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm not accepting this. And when's the scale going to stop going up if I don't get it in check? So I figured I had to do something to change it up. And if you go watch a bunch of Dr. Weiner's videos, and I'll post some links below, he talks about being this far out from surgery that your metabolic rate tries to reset itself and tries to kind of bounce back a bit. And this is his, I guess, plan to prevent that from happening and to lower your rate back down to what your, I can't remember, shoot, I can't think of what he calls it. I'll have to post it below. But to kind of get your weight back down to its set point, the set point. To lower the set point from, I know when I was at my heaviest, my set point, I think, was always around 250. My body always tried to go back to 250. I went up from there, I went down from there, but it always bounced around 250. And now I was at the 160s, and now it seems like 170 was where I wanted to be. And I didn't want it to keep going back up. So anyway, so last Sunday I was 174.9. I started this program. What it is for the first 2 weeks, it's like super intense, strict. And then you can kind of do things in moderation after that. But the first 2 weeks is basically to flush your body of processed foods. And I can't say that I eat a lot of processed foods, but I did eat a lot of Quest bars. And I did not eat enough vegetables and fruit. I ate some, but, you know, not like I'm eating now. So by Pound to Cure, his thing is he wants you to eat a pound of vegetables a day. And you can have fruit. That's, I think, at least 4 servings of fruit, 2 servings of nuts, no dairy, no artificial sweetener, no sugar. Unless the sugar from fruit, but no like processed sugar. And I can say that the eliminating, I didn't really eat a lot of sugar anyway. That wasn't really a big deal for me. But artificial sweetener, ate a lot of artificial sweetener. In the morning, I'd have coffee, 2 or 3 cups of coffee with 2 or 3 Splendas each. I'd have Quest bars that have artificial sweetener in it. I'd have iced tea that has artificial sweetener in it. You know, I put like 3 packets of Splenda in a big iced tea. So that first day was kind of miserable. And I could tell you, like, I'm still not used to drinking coffee with no sweetener. I'm using unsweetened almond milk since you can't have dairy. And it's okay. It's not great, but it's basically the worst part of this whole program. I had a terrible headache that first night, and I swear it was the artificial sweetener. Since then, I have not had headaches. So I guess my body's kind of getting used to it. Can't say that I've gotten in a pound of vegetables every single day. That's a lot of food to eat, especially for us VSGers. But because I have this need to graze, this is actually really good for me, because when I want to graze, I'm grazing on carrots and celery with hummus, or with salsa, and I'm having salads with salsa, salads with chili, because you can't have dressing, unless it's like balsamic vinegar, or like with a little oil or something, which I don't particularly care for. It's okay, but it's not great. Grilled veggies, I've done like fajita bakes, where I did like grilled chicken with grilled all different peppers and onions and tomatoes, and that was super yummy. I'm probably gonna do that again this week. What else? Just lots of salads and lots of raw veggies and lots of fruits. It kind of goes against a lot of the things that we've been told not to do. I was told no pineapple, no bananas, I'm eating bananas, I'm eating pineapple, I'm eating all different berries, grapes. So when I weighed myself yesterday, which was 7 days from the first time I weighed 170.4. So I lost 4.5 pounds. And not only that, I had measured my waist when I started, and my waist has gone down almost 2 inches since I started. Now, I have to say, my scale was up a little bit this morning, but yesterday I was feeling really bloated, and I don't know if I was retaining a little bit of water, but I don't necessarily think that weight gain was really real. I'm eating my veggies today. The only thing I can say where I haven't been on point with the program is you can have 2 servings of nuts a day, which that kind of goes against what we were told to do with right after VSG. I've had probably some days I've had more than 2, like the last 3 days I probably had more than 2 servings, but today I'm back on. I'm gonna cut back to the no more than 2 servings of has to be raw nuts, not roasted, not dry roasted, not whatever. Has to be raw nuts. And I've had cashews, sesame seeds, almonds, walnuts. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to just no more than 2 servings of the nuts a day. But it really isn't that much of a stretch from what I was doing before, other than the no salad dressing and the no artificial sweetener. So once I get past this 2 weeks, hopefully next week I'll actually be back in the 160s. I am going to incorporate, I'll probably try and have like 1 cup of coffee in the morning with almond milk and with 1 packet of sweetener. And see how I go with that, just to kind of incorporate and see if my body will tolerate that. For processed foods, you can, like, I haven't gotten through the entire book yet. This is the book here, and thanks to Michelle, Maintaining Michelle, she actually sent me a copy of the book, because she had heard that I was interested in the program. But I haven't made my way all the way through it. You don't have to do every single thing, but it's basically the 2-week purge kind of cleanses you out, and then you can try and do things in moderation. You can have dairy 2 to 3 times a week. You can have processed food once or twice a week. And by processed food, I'm probably going to have a Quest bar once or twice a week instead of 2 or 3 times a day. What else? Grains, you can have like once or twice a month. But I don't eat that anyway, so I'm probably not going to incorporate that. He talks about colorless vegetables like potatoes and corn and popcorn, that you can have that a serving once a day. I probably won't have it once a day. I'll probably have it a couple of times a week. And he said, everybody's body's different, and you kind of have to figure out what your body can tolerate and what it can't. Some people can have a lot more. John has been doing this with me this past week, and he has lost 7 pounds, which he didn't really need to lose that much weight. So he's not doing this intense 2-week cleanse. He did it for the first week, and now he's going to start having just like 1 yogurt a day, a Diet Coke, just little things here and there, and see how he does and if he gains weight back or what have you. So, but it's been good to have the support, to have, you know, a family member doing it with me. I'm not doing it alone. My refrigerator is jam-packed with fresh fruit. I have made more trips to the grocery store in the last week than I do usually in a month, but it's hard to gauge how much you need when you're supposed to eat a pound a day, and you got 2 people who are supposed to eat a pound of veggies a day plus fruit. So anyway, it really hasn't been that difficult other than the coffee. I do recommend it. So far it's worked well. I'll come back. I do promise to come back next week with an update on how I've done with the second week of the program. And then I'll definitely come back. I don't know if I'll come back weekly or every couple weeks as I incorporate, you know, a little bit of dairy, a little bit of artificial sweetener, a little bit of whatever processed food I have, which, like I said, it'd probably be Quest bars, and I'll let you know how I'm doing with it. Hopefully, my goal is to get back down to 164, and my clothes already feel better. I already feel like they're a bit looser, so that's great. But I would really like to see 164 on the scale again. That is my happy number. So I'll probably have about, what, 6 pounds to go to get there. So it might take, you know, who knows, a month to get there, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt I'll lose as much next week. This week as I did this past week. But even if I lose 2 pounds, I'll be back in the 160s and I'll be a happy girl. So, just wanted to kind of talk about it and tell you what I'm doing. I think this is a natural progression for our weight loss journey. I think it's a good thing to incorporate more fruits and veggies and eat more clean. That's the goal. It's always, you know, lots of people say it, and I think Kirk might have been the first one I heard say it, and I say it all the time with this program here. It's progress, not perfection. The doctor here doesn't expect perfection. He knows we're not going to be perfect, but if you can do the pound of veggies, you know, 85% of the time, that's a hell of a lot better than we're doing before. So that's pretty much my goal. Anyway, I'll come back next week and let y'all know how I'm doing. And please let me know if you are going to try it. I started a Facebook group for those of us who are doing it right now. We have several people who have been doing it for a little while now. Janie, Sally, Dana's been doing it. I think she's on week 3. There's several of us that started it last week. And if you would like, if you're interested, if you have the book, if you want to join the group, if you're doing it, hit me up on Facebook. I'm VSG Tanya, WLS. And I'll add you to the group, and we're just sharing food ideas and moral support. Y'all have a great week, and I'll let you know next week how I'm doing with the Pound a Cure. Bye, guys.